What's up guys, it's time for another FM Virtual Stadium Tour, and today we are taking a look around the AWD Arena, the home stadium of Hannover 96, the Bundesliga team. And the first fact I have for you, as always, and I'm sure you'll be glad to hear, is that this stadium was opened in 1954. That means there's plenty of history behind this stadium, so a little bit longer video for you today. The capacity of this stadium is 49,000 at the moment, with 8,000 standing area, and as I always say in these German videos, the standing areas are still allowed in German football. They're a little bit different to how the old English ones used to be, in the fact that they're really well regulated so that nobody can be hurt in them. But they're still allowed to stand in those areas. That's the difference between the UK and the German stadiums. This stadium was opened in 1954. It actually only took 2 years to build, between 1952 and 1954, and it cost at the time 4 million Deutschmarks, which, you know, just shows how old this stadium is, that they still were using the old currency in Germany when they built this stadium. When it was first built, though, it could hold 86,000 spectators. Since then, it's been brought down a little bit for safety reasons, because back then the safety procedures, even in Germany, weren't as high as they are today. This stadium has taken part in 3 major championships in Germany: the 1974 World Cup, the 1988 European Championships, and the 2006 World Cup. Now, for each one it went through major renovations so that it came within UEFA and FIFA guidelines. The most extensive of these was in the 2000s, when Germany was picked to host the 2006 World Cup, and Hamburg was chosen. They decided to renovate the stadium, bring it back into line with FIFA rules, which meant they spent 66 million euros on the stadium. That's about 56 million pounds and 88 million dollars. Obviously back then the currency, the pound, was a bit stronger, so it would have been about 45-50 million pounds instead of the 56 million that it's showing up in today's calculations. Obviously during the World Cups the stadium had to have its name changed, because AWD Arena is a sponsorship name and FIFA does not allow sponsorship names for their stadiums at the World Cup, so it was temporarily renamed the FIFA WM Stadium Hannover. So there you go, that's a little fact for you there. I can tell you that the first match that this stadium held was actually an international match between West Germany and France. France won that 3-1, so, you know, it didn't start with Hanover being there actually. Hanover didn't use it as their stadium until 1958, and they didn't move in there full time until 1964. So this stadium was around for about 10-15 years before Hanover moved in permanently. That's because their other stadium, the Nitzschen Stadium, you'll love that, you've got to look that up later, it's a brilliant name. That stadium, I'm not going to call it by its name again, that stadium was still fine, adequate for what they needed, but they moved into it, and this has been their stadium ever since then. It looks very modern actually if you look at it, because the reconstruction they did for the 2006 World Cup was really extensive, and being Germans, they dug really down and got the fine points of it really done, so it looks really good. I'm just going to take you around the stadium here. As you can see, there's huge VIP areas there. It's a continuous bowl, which means that when they designed it in 1954 they were really looking ahead and made sure it was easy to renovate. If I keep looking around, there's a covered media area there, something I don't show you very often in this game. You have 2 types. You have an open one, like what Old Trafford has, which is like seating that has long panels of glass and they can put their laptops down and plug them in. And then there's that, which is an indoor one, which I'm sure all the journalists are happy when they have one of them at a stadium, because it means they can stay warmer. But anyway, that's been my virtual tour of the AWD Arena. Please remember to check us out on Facebook, on Twitter. We have our own website now. I'll put all the links in the description. I'm sure you lot are glad that we're back to having a full history stadium, because so many stadiums in Germany were built just for the World Cup. They haven't got much history behind them. This one has. That's why it's a bit of a longer video. Thanks for watching, guys. Laters!